Hi everyone, I'm Tracy, and if this is your first time tuning in, I thank you. And if you are a returning subscriber, I thank you as well. Um, it's been a while since I've done a video, and that is because I'm always promoting following your heart and, you know, making your own path. And if you're into being an entrepreneur, I support that and I love that, but we're not really given a blueprint on how to do that, especially if it's kind of out of a box type. And so I've been going through a lot. This world has been really crazy, as you know, individually and collectively. And I only make videos when I am guided to do so. And so today is the day that I am guided to do this video. So I believe the last one I did probably has been like a couple months ago. And it was basically saying that even though things may be difficult and following and finding your own path, you should be guided to do that, even if it's not the easiest thing to do. I mean, it's always easier to be comfortable and maybe not following your path, but it's just a little easier and not uncomfortable, so you stay in that unhappy path of the norm, what is, the norm for you. Well, I was guided a few months ago to go to Maryland, where I've lived 3 or 4 times, and I really love it up there. It's beautiful. And so I asked my angels and guides and all my posse to confirm that that was the place for me to go. And so I found a job that I knew I could resonate with on a part-time basis and still be able to survive in this matrix, because we all have to make our monopoly money to live. And then on the side, my true passion is I do traveling pet sitting, or wherever I am, I do pet sitting, and I truly love animals, so that is my passion, one of my passions. I have many. And my other passion is doing numerology parties, so I started doing that, or a session. By the way, if you would like a fun numerology session, the information will be in the description box below. And or if you want to have a party and just add some fun to it, I can do it virtually at your party. And I'm offering a special for the month of October. And so, yeah, I love doing the numerology sessions and parties. And also, if you're in the area where I will be, I can come to the party. So it's so much fun, and that is a huge passion for me. So anyway, I digress, but I'm just kind of setting up what was in my mind and what I was planning on a couple months ago. So I had my job lined up. I had a place to stay in my car, mind you. I have been staying in my car when I'm not at my parents' home base in Georgia. And yeah, it's not always comfortable, to be honest, but it's freedom. And when I got divorced, the monies that were promised me never showed. And so I left with nothing except my vehicle, which is old, but I love her and I depend on her because she is my roof as well as my transportation. So, so I get to Maryland. I have a garage to keep the elements off of me of being super harsh when it does get cold, which it's already cold in Maryland. And everything fell through. A few days after I got there, I met up with the job person that I was going to be starting for. It was a family. And did not resonate whatsoever. So that totally fell through. I got sick after being there a few days from my friend. Inadvertently, it wasn't her fault, but I got so sick and I was laid out for like a week, and it was hell. And in the meantime, my parents' dear little dog passed away, and their vet kind of let it happen by not following through and checking out the dog. And yes, they wouldn't have been able to save her because she did have cancer, but that was hell because all they did was look at her and give her antibiotic. So she was forced antibiotic for no reason when she was riddled with cancer and on her deathbed, essentially. Sorry, there's a plane. Yeah, so that was super traumatic because the dog was like my dog. I pet sat for my parents many, many times, so I love that little dog. And so, like I said, a couple days after I had left, she passed away. So I'm in Maryland with no job, essentially no funds because I had enough to get there and to maybe last me a week or two. And and I was supposed to start like that Monday, and I got there Sunday or Saturday. And so I was like second guessing myself. I'm laid up, going to parks and like laying out because I'm like I felt like I was on my deathbed. I was so sick with like a flu or something. Anyway, so I'm laying there and I'm thinking, what am I doing? And I was so sad and like just lost feeling. And I thought, why would my guides tell me to come here? And then I don't get the job. And I also didn't say that the place that I had for the roof kind of in the garage, that didn't work out either. So everything that I had lined up responsibly fell through. And so I was like, am I just like missing what my guides and angels and higher self are guiding me? And it was kind of rough. I was really emotional, obviously, by being sick and having the dog pass away. And I called my family and I was talking to them, and my mom's like, you can always come back here and figure out what you want to do. So my dear friend gave me some money to come back because I had no gas money to get back here. And I came back to Georgia to regroup. And as soon as I was here, like a couple days, things clicked. And I thought, sometimes we don't know why we're led to whatever takes us a certain path. It might lead us down a path for a month or two or years, weeks, whatever. And then it doesn't work out. And then you're like, well, second guessing yourself. So what I'm saying is, I believe that my guides, angels, spirits, higher self wanted me to go to Maryland either to let me know and show me 100% not to try and go back again because it's not for me. And it didn't even feel like home at all. Like I felt like a foreigner, and I never felt like that before. So it was like a completely different perspective and point of view, and just everything was different this time. Anyway, so my point is, I realized that yes, I was supposed to be there for that amount of time for whatever reason. And sometimes we never know why. Sometimes we never get those answers of, why. And don't ever start second guessing yourself because you're always led for a reason. Now, if you don't pay attention and you're not, asking your guides and angels and spirit to guide you, then yeah, you could make a lot of different turns. But they're never wrong. Just know that. They're never wrong decisions. They're just different than the best path that you could possibly be on. And so I've realized that I need to focus on what truly makes me happy. It doesn't matter where I am. It's doing what makes me happy. And yes, I may still be uncomfortable for a while, but I do have a plan, and I want to get a box truck and convert it and be stealthy. And that way I can be safe and move around whenever I want to and still have a place to live and not just a place to sleep at night. And so that's been the most difficult thing that I've had to live with. But again, it's freedom as long as I feel safe and I'm doing what I love, then it's okay. And so even though we might not know where we're going or what the road has at the end, it's the journey. The whole time it's the journey, it's experience, it's learning, and hopefully learning lessons. And so, yeah, I might get off track. We might get off track of what we're supposed to be doing and how our guides are trying to guide us into where to go and what to do. But as long as you stay true to yourself and just ask and be in alignment with self and whatever makes your heart truly happy, you can't go wrong. You can't make a mistake. You can't go wrong. And you know what? Life is full of missteps. And when you make these missteps, big deal. Then you just keep going. And it makes it all the more richer when things go your way and you're manifesting the best possible outcome, and always stay in that positive alignment. I mean, if you fall out of it a little bit, and like Abraham Hicks says, now you know what you don't want, so now you can focus on what you do want. And now I know what I don't want, and that is to live in Maryland. So, yeah, so I'll be going back to Florida for the winter because, again, I'm limited because I don't have any way to kind of keep warm if it's really cold up north. And even in Georgia, it was like freezing last night, literally in the 30s, like 31. So my point is, be happy in whatever you're doing. I do spiritual guidance, I do pet sitting, and I do numerology parties. I mean, yeah, that's like hilarious and 3 different types of things all rolled together. But you know what? Oh, and I do my YouTube channel, so I would love it if you subscribed and shared and hit the notification bell if you're interested in any other content that I will come up with. I love my YouTube channel. It doesn't bring me any no money yet, but I don't care. I made this channel to help humanity, help one person at a time or more if I can, into being guided. Like, I'm not going to tell you where to find your answers, but know that your answers are right inside of you. That's where your answers are. And that's what I do to help people, is to kind of guide you to find your own answers. And we're all just a work in progress, right? So I love each and every one of you. And again, if you'd like to do a spiritual guide booking session or a numerology session, or if you're in Brevard County area, that's great too. And if you need any pet sitting, the holidays are coming up and I am getting booked quickly. So I love you and thank you again for tuning in. And hopefully y'all are doing well. And I send you unconditional love and happiness. All right, bye.